So what kind of money are you expecting to make from this gold mine?
Millions and millions, millions of dollars. I mean, once we get rolling, basically, we hope to basically be, within a few years, extracting, thousands of ounces a month.
There's globally significant protected forests with endemic bird species there. We've got key coral reefs that environmentalists say all of that is threatened by your mine.
We basically are under very strict environmental guidelines. It took a long time to get an environmental permit. They don't just hand it to you. They make you go through lots and lots and lots of doors. And they make you go back through those doors 2 or 3 times. So Indonesia does take their mining, and environmentally sustainable mining very seriously.
When you do mine an area from gold, which we've seen in Indonesia many times before, it does involve clearing an area of land. There is tailings to worry about. And globally, we've seen what's happened in Papua with the Gasberg mine, the world's largest gold and copper mine, where you've seen waterways polluted to the point where they're undrinkable, forest-covered mountain no longer, a scar that's seen from space.
I can't speak for this company. I basically know we are not going to do that. Okay, basically, so you're saying you're trying to bring us down to the lowest common denominator. Okay, I mean, you haven't been talking about the Chinese. They've been coming in and they don't care, about the environmental sustainable. They just want to get the product out and leave the scars. We've had the illegal miners. They've actually been pouring tailings onto the reefs. They basically destroyed the mangroves. They've been taking out lots of product and using mercury, which really, that's a big no-no. That stays with the villagers and into the food chain forever.
You're talking about saying that you're going to be different from the Chinese, different from the illegals, different from a US-owned mine in Papua. How can you be different? What are you promising then?
Well, the U.S. mine Papua is not doing that badly. I mean, you have people attacking that mine because lots of gold in it, lots of money there. So that's basically, and it's part of the reason we have a lot of people trying to get the gold. The illegals want it's gone. So basically, we're going to whatever the government tells us we have to do, we're going to do. Okay, and basically, there's not a problem with dealing with tailings. We have actually an area that's already been put out, which we told the government we're going to put the tailings. That's the area that will basically, and then we'll reclaim everything and basically and put the tailings back. And so when we leave, you're not going to tell that actually there was a mine there. This bird doesn't live below 750 meters. You can't get to the top of that volcano. It is really tough. It's absolutely no use for us to go up there to look for gold because there's no gold there and it'd be prohibitively expensive. So no, we won't be. There's no going to be no birds that we basically impact. One.
We did have the deputy regent of the island, a man named Helman Hontong, representing the people there. He did write to the central government in a letter that's been made public, saying that he strongly recommended that the license of this mine be revoked.
I read it earlier. It was amusing.
Oh, sorry, what did you say? The letter was...
It's amusing because basically Helmut is the vice Bupati. Vice Bupati is basically the region of the island. He has no powers, provincial or federal. We have a federal license. So basically, it doesn't mean I'm an American. We're a Canadian company. We believe, freedom of opinion is very important. So I read it. It's great, basically. But he mainly said, "I support the illegals. The illegals should basically have a place here."
I read the letter. At no point does he support illegal mining.
Very last sentence says, "I want open." That means I support the illegal miners. Where it says, "I want an open area for the." That's basically illegal mining because it's not legal. There's no open area that basically you can give. The government doesn't give open areas.
Helmut Hontong suddenly died on a plane. And as we've established, he was a vocal critic of the mine, having written to the central government calling for the mining license to be revoked. Rights groups, including Amnesty International, say his death falls into a pattern of violence against people threatened for standing up for environmental rights.
Well, it's a nice, basically, soundbite. But why would I care about harming a person or any person? That fact that really he doesn't have any influence on my mind. It doesn't matter what he says. It doesn't say basically Terry is a child killer. He can write all kinds of stuff about me. It doesn't have any influence unless basically the central government doesn't care about every little Bupati or vice Bupati that sends they're unhappy, and they're unhappy. Before they had power over mines, and they made a lot of money off that. The vice Bupati doesn't have a lot of power either. They can't write a parking ticket. They're ceremonial. They don't really, they're not really someone there that, you really go and you want to get to know the Bupati because he can basically help you out or cause you issues. But Vice Bupati, it's just, he's there in case Bupati, passes on or basically gets thrown out.
It doesn't look good for your mind, though.
No, my mind's fine. There's nothing wrong with my mind. This has basically been an event that's been manufactured by someone who's trying to get us off so they can go back and work again. We're following the rules of Indonesia. And the rules are basically not that simple. Here's the other thing. I'm a Canadian company. Canadians are kind of freaky about the environment, okay? And I have shareholders. And basically, with BBC's article, which wasn't verified at the time, other articles weren't verified, we've lost millions of dollars of value. Because basically, shareholders are very, very sensitive to the environment. So I, as a CEO, would basically be extremely stupid to basically do anything that would cause issues with the environment.
Bapak Ibu, bisa ya? Jangan tergiur hanya karena 1-2 rupiah, mungkin bukan 1-2 rupiah, 1-2 rekaman serahkan. Supaya masyarakat di luar tahu bahwa masyarakat Bobone menolak kehadiran PT Tambang Mas.
A lot of environmental groups, a lot of NGOs who have monitored mining in Indonesia, it's definitely not a new thing. They've raised the point that many of those mines have only brought wealth and benefit to the mine owners. They do not bring prosperity to the local community. Quoting the letter, what happens is the community is left with fatal environmental devastation for generations to come.
Okay, well, that's kind of grandstanding, but I've been there. I see a lot of the community having a lot of people coming in because they don't have jobs. They come in there for the jobs. They actually all do very well. There are bad actors, but they're local companies. They're local companies that basically they can get away with it more than we can. We are a international company, and we can't do what they do.
How many jobs do you think you will bring to the local economy?
Oh, at the end, probably 6,000. And that's direct jobs. Indirect jobs, probably 30,000.
For a period of 32 years or 33 years?
Probably most of that's going to be in the next 10 years. Also, we intend to invest in other areas such as resorts, mainly because, the Bupati said, what do you want? He said, we need, tourism.
But right now, though, there has been an outcry in Indonesia. There is a national debate about your mine and international media attention, national media attention. And the Indonesian government has told us that they are now reviewing the whole deal. What do you expect?
So I expect, because of the outcry, they do need to basically to the public. And at the same time, we told them, listen, why don't we just give up, 1/3 of our mine? Basically, just so because hey, we don't need 42,000 because actually there's areas there that I really have no interest in. The national park, I can't even touch national park. That's where this little bird is. You guys like. The same with the. There's also protected forest. There's also mangroves. None of these things basically, and also we have even some water. We're not going to go mining on water, so none of this stuff is really practical anyway. And there's certain area that we do know is basically of high interest, and we're going to keep that, of course. But again, then the locals can do that. Do something else in the other area.
So you're not going to walk away, even though we've got this national outcry, we've got a strong resistance from the local community, we've had the death of a deputy regent who was a vocal critic of the mine. You're not going to walk away.
Why would we walk away? We've done everything correctly. We have a group of legals that have been paying all this money to get this as a national issue. Why would I want to leave the island and let people destroy it? Well, I love the island so much. I'm not about to let people destroy this island.
You've suggested that the media are being paid by the illegals. Who is bankrolling this?
Politician.
Who were they paid by?
I can't tell you. And basically, again, I'm not going to tell you because basically I don't want to get a libel issue going on.
But they were a political party, an opposition political party.
Political person. I won't say it's a party. It's a person. So I'm not saying a whole party is behind this. There's a lot of gold there. There's a lot of money at stake. So basically, let's use our political connections to get them off, and then we'll use the illegals, basically as cannon fodder to do that. Okay, first of all, we've not done anything environmentally wrong. We haven't done anything. So in a year, if you come back and show me something I did, then I'll basically be glad to own up to it.
For the record, BBC was not ever paid by anyone to do any reporting about the mine.
Okay, well, it's good to hear.
All right, thank you very much.